Hi, this is Hans for Request for Music, and this is a video about the next module that I had promised to upload in a couple of days. And the next one is sort of a sequencer, but in a strange way. I set up some things that I need, so I've set up generate 3 table modules, a mixer where I have all the tables inputs into a stamp that can get a gate and send everything through to the delay and the reverb, and the delay and reverb are going into the main in from Voltage Modular. So if I bypass the envelope, you get this because it's all at the same frequency. So let's get the new module into the equation. The new one is called tonnets. It appeared in a strange way because I saw a Facebook article somewhere about a tonnets way of creating sequences or creating relationships between notes. So tonnets in itself is not a scale sequencer, it's sort of a harmonic navigation system. It moves through a hex grid, and excuse me for that, still have a flu. And it selects connected triangles. And so every node that you will see, because now it doesn't do anything, but as soon as I connect a clock from this, you'll see that nodes are going to shift. The red ones, or the colored ones, are the ones that are selected at the moment, and colors are are giving a change between sort of chords and stuff like that. You see actually that there's now it would be creating an F major chord. And so what you can do is you send it a clock. So if I send it less clocks by changing this, the gray one is the path that it has been changing from. So that's what it's showing you in the display. And so what it does, it moves through this Tonnet's hex grid, and it selects connected triangles, and every triangle is a triad, is a basic chord. And there are smooth harmonic transitions, and the way of Tonnet's is that it uses as less note movement as you can do with that connections. And so the core idea is that every triangle is a chord, each node is a pitch, and 3 connected nodes are triads. So I have the root, or the first, the third, and the fifth. Actually, maybe I should change it to the first, second, and third node, because as you will see, I can go from major to minor, but also sus chords and stuff like that. This is the distance that it is taking from sort of the center of the grid, and the colors give you a sort of chord quality, because it can go from major to minor to extended chords like sus2 or sus4 at 6. And so we're actually changing sort of geometry into harmony. And the engine is, it's slowly wandering through through those chords, and that's basically what it is. So the engine in there decides whether it's thinking by itself or it's reacting, and the tension within or between the notes is what gives you the harmonic color. And so that's actually what it's working with. You have the root that you can set. You have the engine, the sort of chaos that it can work with between this, the tension itself between those notes, as already said, a probability, a range, and a gate that it can send, because that's one of the outputs that you have here. And you have an accent, and a degree is sort of a full scale modulation source that you can use. So that's actually what it does. So let's just hook it up. So I'll take this into my pitch for the first tables. I'll take the second one into there, take the third one into there, and I'll put a gate into my stamp module. And and as long as we have some note setting, it will come up with those chords. And of course I can change, because I have 3 oscillators set. I can change the way that sounds, and I can change what route it is working on. So you'll see that it works in a specific way, and it's going to a F sharp minor chord at the moment, and obviously you don't need to use all of those 3 notes. So let's take the second one out. So I'll just take the first and the fifth out of this, and take this, and let's change the sounds for the and I can take obviously because obviously you can play with the separate oscillators for that. Obviously it could do it much faster. And there's a freeze button in or switch in there that sticks to a certain harmony in there. doing what the stamp change to envelope scale was for. That you can actually change envelopes, for instance, for this, which are taken from the normal stamp settings. So I can put these into, let's say, oops. So yeah, that's basically what tonnets is, and it's sort of a chord generator, but it finds its own way. As said, tonnets is sort of a harmonic navigation system. It moves through this grid, depending on what it takes. As you can see, you can put you can modulate the engine, the bias, and tension, and the root. So you could actually take a control voltage from a sequencer and put that into root and see how that influences your sequence or the navigation through those harmonics, or harmonic sorry, notes, that triad that you're actually creating. So yeah, that's tonnets, and it'll be in the store within a couple of days, hopefully. So I hope you like it, and I'll see you back in the next one. Cheers, bye bye.